Hey everybody, this is Didrinker64 and welcome to my review for the first 4 episodes from the Milo March Bomb, or whatever you want to call it, just the Milo Bomb in general. And the show's finally back and I'm incredibly happy because I do like this show. I do think there's a lot of promise for it, and from these 4 episodes that I've seen, it's really just keeping up what it had throughout the last 3 episodes, and that's just fun, silly stuff going on, with a few stuff in the background from these 2 characters that we really don't know much about, but again, I'm not really seeing much from them, so I don't know what's going to happen as we move down the line with this show. But overall, these are 4 really great episodes, and these are going to be for the episodes Family Vacation, Murphy's Lard, Secrets and Pies, and ATHLADECAMATHALON. I have no idea how to pronounce that last one, please forgive me. But yeah, these episodes are a lot of fun actually. I know that almost the entire bomb anyway got released on the Disney website or something like that. Kinda like how the Steven Universe bomb or the last bomb that they had got released on Cartoon Network site. But that there was intentional. I don't know if this was intentional by Disney. And at this point I'm assuming that it wasn't intentional, so in that case they've screwed up, but I'm not going to be looking at what they've released. I'm not going to be looking at every single episode. I just want to look at what came out over the last week, because I do want to spread this out over the March bomb going on. I don't want to just, you know, do most of it now and then not have much to do throughout the rest of March. So I do want to spread it out, so I'm going to be looking at the 4 episodes over the last week that were actually on, and I haven't seen anything past that. I'm watching them as they're actually on, so I'm not actually going to be looking at what got leaked, or if it wasn't a leak then that's fine, but again, I don't think I'm still going to be doing that, so yeah. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get straight into this with the first episode, which is Family Vacation. So this episode, and again, I'm not going to be going into incredible amounts of detail like a full-on review as I do for like other shows, but Family Vacation, basically the Murphys are going on a vacation to somewhere that we don't really know. And at the start of the episode there's this really amazing song, and each episode, obviously every episode of the show has a really cool song, and some are great, some are not so great, as I'll get to in the next episode or even the episode after. But again, I did actually like this episode. I like the song especially. I thought the song was really catchy and a great way to get me into the episode and the show again after such a long hiatus. So yeah, the song was a lot of fun, and basically they take a little rest stop, but Milo accidentally goes on the wrong RV with a different family, and then all sorts of chaos ensues. We see Dioji again, who, that was probably one of the weirdest parts of the episode toward the end, where Dioji just leaves Zach and Melissa and just runs off to find Milo. That was really weird. I love Dioji though, I think. I just love the dog. And yeah, just all sorts of chaos ensues. Some kind of meat dinosaur chases after them. Milo and these 2 girls have sort of a thing going on, or at least they do with Milo. I'm not sure if it's the same the other way around, but they're pretty creepy when they're speaking in unison, but that was pretty cool. I mean, in general, I don't think we'll be seeing this family again, but these 2 girls were pretty cool in this episode. Just, they seemed to kind of like Milo, and they were pretty creepy, so yeah. But overall, this episode was just weird, and that's what I'm going to be saying for all these episodes. So I'm just going to say it this once: this is a weird show, and this was a weird episode. But overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool seeing Dioji and all that sort of stuff. Zach and Melissa didn't have much of a role in this one, but they did in episodes to come. So we'll get into that, But moving on to the next episode, which is Murphy's Lard. This episode I wasn't so keen on, definitely not as much as Family Vacation. I don't know, I just didn't like it personally. The song at the beginning of the episode really wasn't good. I don't know, I didn't like it. I mean, I know this is Weird Al Yankovic, and you know, they're usually all great, and they've been great up to this point, but I think this is one song that I wasn't a huge fan of in the show so far, so I don't know, I just wasn't the biggest fan of it, to be perfectly honest. I don't know. Overall, this episode just takes place at LARD World, where Milo and Zach are just trying to help Melissa get over her fear of roller coasters, which is actually kind of relatable to me, because I do myself have a fear of sort of roller coasters, or just rides in general. I don't know why. And I think what was pretty cool about this episode, and what someone actually pointed out to me, is that Melissa did actually get her fear of roller coasters from a roller coaster landing in her backyard, but what somebody actually pointed out is that that roller coaster was actually a roller coaster that appeared in the first episode of Phineas and Ferb, thus sort of linking the 2 in the same universe, as we already know. So that's also really cool, and I thought that was a really cool little detail that the show actually had in it. So again, I haven't watched a lot of Phineas and Ferb, not at all, but hey, I probably would at some point. And then you also have these guys, Dakota and Cavendish, who are trying to protect the pistachio stand. And I feel like, from what I've heard, these guys are going to have some kind of overarching story going on in the background, maybe following up toward the end. I don't know if it's their own thing or if they're going to cross paths with Milo, Zach, and Melissa for real toward the end, but hey, they just love their pistachios, I guess. I don't really know. But I thought, you know, having them in the background a lot more is really cool. And it is interesting because from what I'd heard earlier on, they only appear in the reruns, and it's really weird. In the actual first airing of the episode, they don't appear. You don't see them at all, which is something that I heard. And then in the reruns, then you see them. You see them after the actual episode. So it's really weird. And they were in this episode quite a lot. They were quite a prominent part of this episode. So if they were cut out of the episode, it would shorten it by quite a bit. Makes me wonder if they actually are just in the reruns. I'm not 100% sure on that myself, actually. That's just what I've heard. But yeah, overall I wasn't a huge fan of this episode. When I got to the roller coaster, it got insane, and I think my words after this episode finished was, well, that was weird. Again, I say that about every episode of this show, and I know I say it a lot about Star, that it's a very weird show at times, but this show really takes the cake in terms of weirdness. It is insane a lot of the time, and this roller coaster episode was like that. I didn't enjoy it that much, obviously, but I didn't think it was that bad. Probably not the best episode I've seen so far, but hey, I definitely liked it, I guess. So moving on to episode 7A, the first part of episode 7, I guess, Secrets and Pies. This episode I liked. This episode I liked a lot. So Milo, basically it starts off Milo trying to cook macaroni and cheese, goes crazy, ends up in disaster. Milo orders pizza from some girl that he knows who turns out to be his babysitter from when he was a kid. So they're waiting for the pizza to arrive. They decide to share some secrets. Melissa has false teeth, and Zach was actually in a lumberjack themed boy band, which I thought was pretty neat. And actually that leads me into the song of the episode, which actually was pretty cool and catchy. I don't know. I'm not a fan of boy bands personally, never have been, never will be, don't ever, but I don't know, I thought this song was pretty catchy actually. It was a bit cringy, but a bit cool at times. I don't know, I like Zach. He's probably one of my favourite characters in the show. I'm a fan of him, and this song was really cool. But as for the actual character of the babysitter, which I do want to get into, she was really cool. She seems to sort of understand Murphy's Law a lot more and seems to be a lot more prepared for it, even than Milo is himself, it seems. So that's really interesting, and I do wonder what the whole thing with Murphy's Law is in this, how that actually works and how that actually affects people. I don't know how it really works. They haven't really explained it too much. I did think that back before the hiatus, around episode 5 time, I thought there might be something more to this whole Murphy's Law thing. There might be more than they're telling us in this show, and I feel like that's still sort of happening. I'm not 100% sure, that's the thing. So, again, this episode seemed to, or this babysitter character seemed to know more about Murphy's Law than even Milo did. So I just thought that was really, really surprising to me anyway. But yeah, Secrets and Pies, definitely liked this episode. I really don't know what else to say on it. And actually, I do want to mention something else going back to Murphy's LARD, actually. I know this review is all over the place, but yeah. Back to Murphy's LARD, actually, we did learn Milo, Zach, and Melissa's fears and what they're actually scared of. Milo's scared of those Chinese finger trap things. Melissa, obviously, roller coasters, and Zach, scared of fish. Yeah, definitely weird, but hey. And we're going to move on to the last episode now, which is, Jesus, how am I meant to pronounce this? ATHLADECAMATHALON. I think I actually pronounced that right. ATHLADECAMATHALON. I'm not going to try anymore. This episode is actually really cool. I enjoyed it. We got to see Mr. and Mrs. Murphy, Milo's parents again, who actually got a bit more prominence in this episode, so that was pretty cool. But the school basically has to combine the sort of academic subjects with the athletic subjects, kind of mixing them into one sort of competition. It kind of like what happened with the friendship games with Equestria Girls, if you guys remember that. So yeah, I don't know, that's instantly what I thought too when I saw this. I just thought, oh, okay, friendship games, it did the exact same thing, so yeah. I don't know, is this actually a thing that they've ever done in schools before? Like actually combine academic competitions with athletic competitions into one big competition? That'd be really interesting. I'd like to know if that actually happened before. That'd be cool. Because I remember we never did anything like that. There was not even any competitions like that in general, so I don't know. But you have the whole thing with Milo's parents, just he's trying to show her his trophy, and obviously things are going wrong because they're still Murphys, they're still affected by Murphy's Law. And again, this is actually something that I do like, is that it's not just Milo that's affected by this, it's his entire family. They all fall under the curse of Murphy's Law, and I think that's cool. It's not just Milo. We also see Mr. and Mrs. Murphy go through this as well. So again, I like that. But basically, they have to fight against this other team who know exactly what they're doing and know exactly what they're supposed to do. They're like perfect at everything that's going on here. But when it actually comes to Milo basically fucking shit up and ruining the entire school, everything is uneven, and now they have sort of the upper hand because it's Milo. He knows what he's doing. So Milo ends up winning by knowing the president's blood type, or one of the president's blood type. I don't know my American history whatsoever, so forgive me. But overall, they end up winning, and Milo's parents just leave, having knocked down a light stand or something like that. It was something big, so I don't know. But yeah, that was ATHLADECAMATHALON. I know I said I wouldn't pronounce it, but I think I'm getting better at it. But those are the 4 episodes. We had Family Vacation, probably my favourite of the 4, just gonna say. Murphy's LARD, probably my worst of the 4. Secrets and Pies, sort of in the middle, and ATHLADECAMATHALON. Yes, I pronounced it right that time. It was, again, sort of in the middle. So overall, good episodes. I enjoyed them. I'm looking forward to seeing what we get else out of this bomb. Again, I'm not watching forward on the website just because I don't want to spoil myself. And again, yeah, I just want to spread it out over the month. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and what I said about the episodes. I'm actually excited to do it this way. I kind of prefer doing it this way just for this bomb, just because it seems easier on me. Plus, then I can just talk about the episodes in general and not having to go into explicit detail. So yeah. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.